So there it is. All of this money going through Joseph's hands. He's responsible for it. The household of Potiphar under the leadership of Joseph is being extremely prosperous because the scripture tells us that God blessed Potiphar because of this young Israelite that was in his house. And now money was rolling in. All of these fields, bumper crops, the temptation to just take a little off the top, nobody will ever know. So we see that these three areas, the lust of the eye, the lust of the flesh, and the pride of life. Scripture doesn't tell us that Joseph failed in this area. And indeed, I believe he succeeded. And I believe that this was training for him because later he's going to be called to a much higher position of power and given much more authority and the responsibility to account for every piece of corn, everything that would go through his hands. So then we look at the situation. It says that Joseph was over every other person who was in that household. He was over all of the field servants and all of the household servants. They all came under the authority of this man named Joseph. I don't know about you, but in the course of my life, I found myself at times in a position to where I had somebody who was over me in authority. And there have been times that I've worked under people who were just tremendous. They knew how to handle people. They knew how to get the best out of people, how to encourage. I mean, just wonderful leadership. But unfortunately, I have found myself in situations to where the people who were given the authority were very abusive, and they didn't know how to handle the authority. And quite frankly, allowed power to go to their head, as the expression is. Joseph didn't let that happen. He succeeded in this area, and this is an area where you have to say that the devil is being defeated because he didn't fall to the sin of the lust of the eye, and he has not fallen to the lust or the pride of life. He is living his life, being faithful to God, being faithful to this person that he has been forced to serve. But I find that one of the keys to this is that we read in the scripture, it says that Joseph served Potiphar. I mean, a man who had bought him at the slave auction. He didn't hate him. He wasn't trying to strike back at him. Wasn't trying to cheat him. Wasn't trying to kill him. He just took on the form of a servant. Well, see, that sounds like Jesus Christ himself, who took on the indignities of humanity and endured the ugliness of the cross, all with a heart to serve God and to serve humanity. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.